The fight of the century. Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. Introduction. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me on this trip through time to one of the most memorable events in the annals of sports history. Today, we take a look back at the fight of the century, also known as the greatest fight that ever was, which featured two of the greatest boxers of all time, Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. On March 8, 1971, a significant event occurred at Madison Square Garden in New York City. It captivated the hearts and imaginations of millions of people all over the world. Act 1. The build-up. Before we can begin to comprehend the significance of this bout, we need to first investigate the heated competition that existed between these two athletes in the time leading up to it. In one corner, we had Muhammad Ali, the eloquent and charismatic boxer who had previously held the title of World Heavyweight Champion. In the opposite corner stood Joe Frazier, a reserved but resolute boxer who had held the title after Muhammad Ali had been stripped of it for refusing to be drafted into the Vietnam War. Ali had been stripped of the title because of his unwillingness to serve in the Vietnam War. Ali, who was famous for his aggressive demeanor and creative trash-talking, had referred to Frazier as an Uncle Tom because of Frazier's allegiance to the establishment. A competition that was already quite difficult was made much more tense by the presence of this racial undertone. Ali's return to the ring after a 3-year exile added to the tension and suspense that was already present. The results of his comeback bouts, which he fought against Jerry Quarry and Oscar Bonavena, demonstrated that he remained a formidable opponent in the heavyweight class. In the meantime, Frazier had already established himself as an unbeatable champion, thanks to the devastating left hook he possessed and his perfect record. The scene was ready for an unforgettable confrontation that would catch the attention of people all across the world. Act 2. The hype. The promoters of this monumental battle spared no expense in their efforts to generate buzz for the event. The event took place at Madison Square Garden, which quickly rose to prominence as the epicenter of the sporting world. The lead-up to the bout featured press conferences, interviews, and a wealth of notable remarks from both boxers. The fight had an impact well beyond the realm of sports and spread into popular culture. It sparked ideas for songs, movies, and even new clothing styles. Ali and Frazier both exuded a magnetic charisma, although in very different ways, which drew the attention of the entire world. Act 3. The fight. The atmosphere at Madison Square Garden on the evening of March 8, 1971 was tremendous. The atmosphere was electric with eagerness and excitement as the event drew near. There was a gathering of notable people from all around the world, including sports, celebrities, and officials, to see history being made. The moment the bell rang, the combatants put on their gloves, and the war for dominance got underway. Ali, with his quick feet and elusive technique, intended to outbox Frazier, while Frazier's plan was to close the distance and unleash his devastating left hook. Ali's goal was to outbox Frazier, while Frazier's goal was to outclose Ali. Ali's game plan was very clear from the very beginning. He circled the ring, making use of his reach advantage to keep Frazier at bay with his jab as he boxed around the ring. He planned to wear Frazier down in order to win the fight on points. On the other side, Frazier continued to advance with unrelenting force. He took Ali's jabs and occasional flurry of punches while patiently waiting for his chance to land his devastating left hook. Ali's punches had no effect on him. The fight lived up to, and even exceeded, the expectations that were set for it. Ali and Frazier continued to trade big blows and demonstrated an unbelievable level of resiliency throughout the fight. Ali's quickness and speed were countered with unyielding tenacity and power punches from Frazier. The 15th and final round lived up to its reputation as an epic battle. Although they were both out of breath, the two combatants continued to throw punches at one another, unwilling to give up. The crowd in the garden cheered enthusiastically after each hit because they were aware that they were watching something absolutely spectacular. Act 4. The legacy. After 15 hard rounds, the judges all agreed that Joe Frazier deserved to be declared the winner. and he did so by unanimous decision. He won the heavyweight fight and is now the undisputed champion of the world. Ali's first defeat in his professional career was a difficult one to take. The boxing match known as the Fight of the Century had a significant influence on the sport as a whole. It brought attention from all over the world and ushered in a golden age of heavyweight boxing. This resulted in the revitalization of the heavyweight division. In addition, the duel highlighted the bravery and determination displayed by both competitors, garnering them respect and appreciation from people all around the world. Ali and Frazier would go on to have a fierce rivalry with each other that would last for years and culminate in 2 more legendary fights. Act 5. Even today, the Fight of the Century is seen as a watershed moment in the sport of boxing. It's a symbol of the selflessness, bravery, and enthusiasm that make the sport so compelling to spectators all around the world. The animosity between Ali and Frazier went far beyond the realm of boxing and became a metaphor for the strength and tenacity of the human spirit. In the ring and in life, the fight is frequently what defines us, and Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali etched their names into history that night. It's great to have you along on this trip down memory lane to the Fight of the Century. Ali and Frazier, their epic fight. I hope that my life can serve as an example of the wonder of psychology and the resilience of the human spirit. Please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and spread the word. Leave a comment below and tell us which battle you want to see next.